Hi, and welcome. And before
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And the first one at the line is good. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now here's Porzingis. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go.
High release for Porzingis on his jump shots. Almost impossible to defend that.
And here's Los Angeles. 4-point game. Beverly wide open. A putback, and Ibaka is right there.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Here's Doncic following the score by Serge Ibaka. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's George. Beverly against Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
They bring up some great points. Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And Doncic, here we go. And Doncic throws it down.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
And here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. From deep. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Beverly's got 5.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
They get it back. Porzingis kicks it out to Richardson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look for Dallas. Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley.
Seems that Richardson just has a knack for always being in the right place.
Williams with a clean look. And again, no good by the Clippers. And here's Brunson. They'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 1. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Off target with his 3. LA's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Morris inside. He's against Porzingis. From deep, George. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And then for Los Angeles, Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. Brunson with it, guarded now by Jackson, and the dunk by Powell.
And all Powell needs is good positioning inside, and when he does get it, he's throwing it down.
Here's Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First free throw is good. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for James Johnson. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Mavericks trailing. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brunson against Williams. Brunson, good.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Zubac in the post. Cauley-Stein defending. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Williams against Brunson. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Richardson attacking. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Clippers trail by 4. Pass to Kennard. Powell pulls it in. Now here's Cauley-Stein. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Brunson. Up in time. No good on the last second attempt there. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Mavericks lead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Dallas.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Reggie Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams at the point guard.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Outside Hardaway. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Dallas shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
You know, I think we all know that Hardaway Jr. is a really good scorer. I mean, the next step for him is improving defensively.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. On the wing, Doncic. Boy, he was something else against Boston.
Guys, Doncic has great shooting mechanics, and he can knock it down from deep or just about from anywhere on the court.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the basket by Jackson.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Doncic looking it over. The pass to Hardaway. This one for 3. It doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Batum wide open. He fires. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Doncic throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Beverly. Doncic outside, and CLA Stein throws it down.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Mavericks leading by 7.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Doncic following the score by Reggie Jackson.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Kennard.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
CLA Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And it's Beverly missing.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
CLA Stein kicks to Kleba. 32 seconds left to play in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 for Doncic. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Kennard.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
The 3 for Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the 2nd of 6 for them.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Off the inbound pass, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. It's been all about Luka Doncic. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And that does it for our halftime show.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. 2 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Doncic against Beverly. The tray. That doesn't go either for Doncic. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 10-point game. Richardson kicks to Doncic. Fires for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Batum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Richardson gets a wide-open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Clippers trail by 10. Beverly for 3. Can't hit that one.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Richardson, no luck.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Pulls up, high post, off the left rim and out.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dallas. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Leonard against Doncic. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Doncic showing you his smarts there because he really sized up the situation and took advantage of what the defense gave him.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Powell. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Doncic. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Richardson against George. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Leonard looking over the floor. No good with the triple.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Some room here for Richardson. Again, the Mavericks score. Clippers trail by 13. George passes to Morris. From outside, off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Offline with his 3. The Clippers shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Here's Brunson, and a miss there on the triple. And now the Clippers on the break, and George with the stuff.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Richardson outside, over George, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Dallas, holding on to an 11-point cushion. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. Richardson up top. That one's not going to go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from George.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist. And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
And that one's good, Leonard.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
Mavericks leading by 7. Brunson scanning the floor. He kicks it to Hardaway. Passes it to Kleba, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Outside, George. Here's Leonard, got a hand on it. One-on-one here, an intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Doncic has got 20.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Deep 2 from Beverley. And too long on the shot.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis has checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, and he makes that one. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Here's Finney-Smith. Leonard with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Chalk up 2 there. Williams has got his first points in this one.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Williams against Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 6 in the quarter.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Morris. It's tipped. Outside Hardaway. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Here's Kleba. Off target from outside. Clippers trail by 9. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And that one's good. Leonard.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Clippers moving the ball around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Luka Doncic. It's the first that brings them within 5. Josh Richardson's checked in for the Mavericks. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Doncic against Beverley. Outside, Porzingis. On deep. It's hauled in by Zubac.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game. But as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit. Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
Here's Finney-Smith off on that one. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. David, thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for Portland, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the two guard.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
A shot by Batum, no good. And Portland with the ball. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
one of those games where home court played a big role. There might have been a different result if they were in their own building. And look at Cantor rise up. Good anticipation for the big man to go for the alley.
George passes to Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Covington dishes to Cantor. Lillard against Batum. Lillard with the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Nobody near Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside. Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling. Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Blazers on offense. They've scored 10 straight, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Oh, man, they built a monster lead here early on, and a lot of this is due to the game plan.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Lobs it up for Ibaka.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
To the right side. Portland moving the ball around. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. The dish to George. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Jones. Here's Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. No doubt, Greg, you are known for being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Pass to Simons. He dishes it to Cantor. Lillard outside. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, the long distance three is buried. Lillard's got 9.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
They need this, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Anthony finds Cantor. Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Marcus Morris. Out to Anthony. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Williams leading the charge. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Here's Simons. Sinks that one from the post.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Trailblazer.
I know that when the main guy
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Williams at the point. Lobs it up for Anthony. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Anthony on the wing. From the arc. That one misses. Clippers trail by 15. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, dives for it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And a chance here to check out some stats for Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Passes to Lillard. From deep. Offensive rebound. The wide open look here for Anthony. Out to Hood. Anthony on the wing. And another shot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Hood, the pass to Lillard.
And look at that, the touch of Lillard inside, so impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team, and in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Connects from three-point range. Lillard's got 14 points.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut back down to 14 after they get the hoop from Jackson. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the half. Outside Anthony. Put on the wing. Kennard covering. Lobs it up for Cantor.
Oh, the awareness on display. Hood just isn't a good scorer. He's also skilled at getting into his open teammates.
And here's Morris for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Anthony in the corner. The feed now to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Pass to Hood. Over in the corner, Lillard. Off target with his 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Anthony. Dishes to Cantor. And there's the pass to Simons. The putback can't get the putback. Clippers trail by 13. Here's Jackson. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And it's 9 points for Reggie Jackson.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down his side. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
And a deep three from Lillard. The offensive rebound, Cantor, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 14 points, 3 assists. That's all for now.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got his second basket of the night. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
The dish to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Cantor kicks to Lillard. The 3. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will be their second of 6 road games for the team. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Jones dishes to Cantor. That one goes in. Cantor's got 14.
And once Cantor finds himself, he stays aggressive. I like how much he's looking to score right now.
Stolen by Cantor. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
And then Jones with the jam.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And, guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And George with the stuff.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Here is Lillard. 14 points for him. Lobs it up for Cantor. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014. And Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Pass to Simons. Back to Canner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Leonard, passes it to Zubats. Williams with a clean look. Los Angeles with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Put on the wing. Jones looking for an opening. Here's Simons. No good on the triple.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Ibaka. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Good, finds Anthony. Launches it. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. Leonard the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Anthony kicks to Jones. Pass to Simons. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And the basket is good.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Leonard the pass to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the triple. Rebound by the Trailblazers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Trent gets the bucket. And now an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not giving the ball up. He's passing with a purpose, and it's leading the scores.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Now the pass to Trent. He feeds it to Anthony. Paul George with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Pass to Anthony. And they pick up 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up there.
Lobs it up for Ibaka. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Wonderful move by Pat Beverly. A true talent at executing the pick and roll perfectly.
Passes it to Trent. And Jones has it in the corner. To the inside. Batum with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Outside Covington. Here's Anthony. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Finished off the break.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Beverly finds Ibaka. Rebound by the Trailblazers. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Covington. Outside, Jones. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers trail by 9. To the middle. Here's Batum. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Anthony's got 7 rebounds in the game. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Batum's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Batum. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, when Batum spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Pass to Trent. Feeds it to Carmelo. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. To the left side wing. Down low. It's stolen by Anthony. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Simons, the pass to Anthony. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sinks the three-pointer. And now it's a 12-point Portland lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Here's Trent, defended by George. Shoots the 3. Batum grabs the miss. It's George on the wing. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Lakers, LeBron James is out there with Matthews. And it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 spot. Now, here's George after LeBron James's miss. Batum, good. You know, at this point of the year, what's the main thing Brand, a head coach, has to do to keep his team focused for the second half of the season?
I think at this point, the foundation that you've laid should be there. So now what you try to do is schematically, maybe you go through some different defensive coverages. You try some different combinations of players to make sure that guys can make that adaptability quick enough that if that becomes part of a playoff scheme, you're ready for it. And it's the all-around game of LeBron James, dominant scorer, great rebounder, incredible passer, and an intense defender when he wants to be.
Now, here is George. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Washington. That shot missing. Caldwell Pope for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
No doubt among the best passing centers to have ever played this game. Gasol is a guy you can run your offense through, makes quick and decisive decisions.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Back to Kuzma. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
Batum passes to Leonard. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's LeBron. And James throws it down.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Gasol finds James. Back to Gasol. James outside. And James throws it down.
Nice to see LeBron have a straight line drive. Somebody fell asleep there.
And George, here we go. To the middle. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Beverley dishes to Ibaka. Outside for Batum. Back to Ibaka. Gasol with the steal. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Kicks it out to James. Gasol passes to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. They get it again. And Gasol able to finish.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
On the wing, Batum. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Ibaka in the post, working on Gasol, and Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now here's James. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Washington.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
James, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Lakers leading by 6. For 3, Caldwell Pope. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Ibaka finds George. Now here's Batum. Leonard the pass to Batum. Beverly for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the long. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he's.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former defensive players of the year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Luke Kennard out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's Zubac in at the center position.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Caruso. The three-pointer, no good. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Kennard. That's tipped. Williams against Caldwell Pope. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
To the paint, here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
He's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Fires the 3. That one doesn't go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
And Dudley kicks to McKinney. Lakers passing it around. Here's Caruso. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Kennard for 3. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Caruso, no good. Clippers trail by 5. And the wide open shot from Morris. Here's Jackson. Up top, Morris. An 11-point game for him in the win against Washington. Here's Zubac. Yep, that one goes in there. Zubac has got 6 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And not the first time we've seen this. When KCP's confident, when he's in rhythm, he can fill it up with the best of them.
Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Morris into the lane, and Morris throws it down.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Rob. Here's Williams. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
How about the focus there from Sweet Lou? Simply incredible at finding ways to convert through the contact.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Clippers have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And what's interesting about Ibaka, he's played basketball internationally ever since joining the NBA back in 08. In fact, he won a silver medal with Spain in 2012.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Batum dishes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. It's deflected.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 14-6 run. Beverly for 3. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. .26 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Morris. Kuzma, left side. Rebound by the Clippers.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's George missing. Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, and no good on the last second attempt this time. So that'll be it. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Contavious Caldwell Pope was on fire in the first half. He had 13. And that does it for our...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Contavious Caldwell Pope really making a difference here.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Lakers 5 right now. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's LeBron James. Then it's Matthews. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3.
And in a league where perimeter shooting is highly valued, veteran Wesley Matthews finding his services still very much in demand.
It's been a really remarkable career for a guy that went undrafted back in 2009. Most of the time we think about that solid defense where he's going to have the toughest assignment at the wing or guard position, but that reliable three-point shot really coming into play here.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Gasol finds James. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
You always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
LeBron James on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Matthews, no one around him. And the 3 off target. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a one-point game.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Marc Gasol. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Jackson. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso from past the arc. And the Lakers with another miss. And George, here we go. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 9 points in the quarter.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
Here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
LeBron staying on the attack here. He knows when he can take over the game. It's whenever he wants to.
There's the pass to Zubac. 1:57 left to play in the third. And they're moving it up. And a wide open look for James. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me. With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Passes to Morris. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 4. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Back to Leonard for the lead. The shot, no good. And it's the Lakers the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. It's off to Utah for them after this game as they take on the Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Shoots from 12. Takes it from 10. Jump shot is good that time. James has got 10 points here in the second half.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Now Beverly for the lead. No good.
LeBron in great defensive position that time. Exceptional at using his wingspan to throw off the shooter.
And so it's LeBron James making. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Leonard. And then jammed down as he goes right over Markieff Morris.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Tipped away. Stolen by Beverley. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. And it's George missing.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
James checked in for Markieff Morris. And here's Leonard from three. And James pulls it down.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And here's Matthews from the arc. And again, the Lakers no good. Clippers leading by 4 and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Back to George. Feeds it to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. Inside. And Ibaka kicks to Batum. Shot clock at 5. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on George. Free throw, good. Matthews. Both free throws good from Matthews. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Beverley. That shot, no good. James with some nice D.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Matthews dishes to Gasol. Beverley with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Beverley against James. No good with the layup. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. James has got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
You like to see LeBron make the read there as it comes off the rim and taking advantage of crashing the glass.
Outside, George. To the inside. Gasol with the steal. Fast break, the Lakers. Matthews leading the charge. Kuzma passes to Gasol. Outside for Caldwell Pope. To take the lead. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And he gets, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls. Get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
It's Matthews on the wing. A putback, and Kuzma stays with it. And the Lakers lead by 2.
always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Wow, LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
Kuzma, right side. Back to Caldwell Pope. He feeds it to Harrell. Kuzma against Batum. On its way from Caldwell Pope for two. Can't nail the jumper.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
I mean, this is a battle-tested young player. Leonard's willing to put the team on his back when they really need a bucket.
James in the post. Defended by Beverly. That one goes. Count it. LeBron's got 16 points here in the second half. Outside, George. Back to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Money!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And oh boy, a lot of contact. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And finished off by LeBron.
Well, LeBron James lives for the big moment. Another one there.
Ibaka down low. He's up against Gasol. On the wing, George. He's covered by Matthews. It's good!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Beverly against James. Right side, Gasol. Shoots from 12. Can't cash in. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Lays it up off the glass. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. The 3. They grab their own miss. Kleber And the rejection by Ibaka. Here's Finney Smith. No good on the three.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
And George with this stuff.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Now, here's Doncic. Coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Porzingis on the follow.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. He had a nice open look right there.
This guy loves to help his team space the floor. You have to respect Kawhi's range. He will make you pay. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Count that one. Here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. George way outside. Here's Leonard. Here's Ibaka. No good there. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Johnson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now Johnson, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Porzingis has got 6.
Boy, how comfortable is KP in the mid-range? Porzingis, what touch.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop and the dunk by Zubac.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Tips it. Porzingis on the follow. He's got 8.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
And George kicks to Williams. A three-pointer off the mark. The Mavericks leading. Hardaway with it. Leonard picks him up. Outside Hardaway. Fires the 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Los Angeles is gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Leonard. Morris outside. Leonard on the wing. 32 points for him last game against Washington. His three-pointers off the mark. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Porzingis passes to Brunson. He kicks it to Johnson. Back to Brunson. Johnson outside. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Shot clock at 3. Hardaway for 3. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for James Johnson. From deep. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And stolen by Williams. Zubac the pass to Williams. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
So crafty, so good at getting defenders committed. Lou Williams being Lou Williams.
Both good from the line that time.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Powell. Richardson is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Powell kicks to Hardaway. They get it back. Pass to Finney-Smith. Richardson against Jackson. Richardson, no luck.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Ibaka, no luck. The Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Pass to Kleber. From downtown, Finney-Smith kicks to Kleber. 3-pointer. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers trail. Ibaka finds Kennard. There's the lob to the hoop. And that one's good. Beverley.
Well, this guy's ability to attack and be aggressive. Patrick Beverley in the painted area.
And there's the pass to Kleber. To the middle. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. There's the lob to Jackson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing. Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
Passes it to Ibaka. And here's Kennard. 6 to shoot. And it's off from 3-point range. It's Powell on the wing. Defended by Batum. Kleber with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Takes the 3. The Clippers grab the miss. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
1:02 left in the first half. Great positioning on the putback.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
The Mavericks trailing. It's Powell on the wing. It's Richardson on the wing. Shoots over Batum. Richardson, no luck.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Jackson misses.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Richardson. He had 16 points in the win against Boston. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And good that time. 7 seconds left here in the second. Richardson right side. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Clippers ahead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Looking at the Paul George trade. And that'll about...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
Rocket is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Back to Beverley for the 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
From the stripe. And that one hits back iron. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Batum. It counts. And the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
Though he may not be a natural point guard, Patrick Beverley understands how to find his teammates.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Dallas also making some changes. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And look at it, a significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Williams for 3. And no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. George against Porzingis. On the wing, Johnson. Here's Finney-Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Offensive rebound. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Over Williams. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
The 3 for Doncic. But they get it back.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
And the rejection by Zubac. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Up again.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Doncic outside. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And he banks in the layup. Doncic has got 6 points.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
And it's George missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Offensive rebound. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Cauley Stein.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
The Mavericks shooting just 34% from the floor. Porzingis with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Porzingis can't hit. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Leonard kicks to Morris. Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And stolen by Cauley Stein. Doncic looking it over. Kicks to Cauley Stein. The deep 3 from Porzingis. Rebound by Williams.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, the threat to score is real when Lou Williams has the ball, but he uses that to set up his passing game.
Doncic against Williams. And foul on the... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 5. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's see what he had to say.
These guys are going to struggle guard movement, but if we...
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Richardson is out there with Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. Clock at 6. Doncic finds Powell, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 5. Right side George. There's the dish to Batum. Leonard on the wing. Out to Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ibaka's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Richardson outside. Pass to Kleber. Dallas again turning it over. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Thursday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid. and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Kleba, and that shot misses everything. Air ball on the three. And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Doncic against Beverly, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
The three for Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Kleba, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Hardaway. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beverly wide open. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. The shot by George wide open. And the Clippers miss again. Paul George with the steal. Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Up top, Doncic. Defended by Beverly. Doncic, no good.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
That one good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 16. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Batum inside the three-point line. Misses the jumper. Mavericks trail by 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kawhi Leonard.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
And it's Leonard missing.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Here's Doncic. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Leonard inside. It's deflected. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really...
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Well, we expect Steve to see a lot of threes tonight. Both teams can really shoot it.
Yes, Kevin. I think the one thing will separate both these teams is their shot selection from behind the three-point line. That could really be the turning point. But you said it best. Both of these squads can really shoot the three.
A shot by Batum, no good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Back to Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Now here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The putback, and Ibaka is right there.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Now Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Drilled from 6 feet. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Ibaka dishes to Beverly. The baseline J. And Kanter pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Jones. Kanter trying to free himself up. Jones, no luck. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Oh, Leonard in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Covington. From down in the low post, it goes. Beverly with the ball. And here's George for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Pass to Kanter. Kicks it out to Lillard. Goes back up. Count the basket.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Beverly. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Lillard. He has 5. From deep. Trailblazers keep it alive. Covington wide open. He fires. Cantor, the pass to Covington. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. George looking over the floor. And it's Leonard missing.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And Jones slams it in.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now here's Beverly. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
You really wouldn't know what size he is because Patrick Beverly gives you toughness at that point guard position, and he's physical.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. Cantor against Beverly. 51 seconds left to play in the first. The shot's good from Cantor.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. The pass to Cantor. He kicks it to Carmelo. Clock at 4. A beautiful reverse layup.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's Beverly. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Covington finds Cantor. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's now 6 points for Enes Kanter.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
This has been a beatdown right here, possibly over before it began.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. What a defensive.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And they had their chances, 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And Morris throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Simons, the pass to Anthony. The wing jumper off target.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And a wide open look for Hood. Drills the three-pointer. Hood's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Kennard's shot is off. Portland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Anthony with it. Williams picks him up. For 3. He doesn't hit that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
Not a close contest either the last time they got together. Everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his first points of the night. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current...
Oh!
That's a great dunk!
Freakish,
Yes.
athletically.
Unbelievable play.
Wow.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Hood dishes to Cantor. Pass to Simons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one drops. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Williams.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
The three from Anthony. Kicks it out to Lillard. Here's Trent. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 10. Batum wide open. He fires. And the three ball is good. Batum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. On the wing, Jones. Anthony taking his time here. And it's Anthony with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Portland leading by 9. And it's Simons missing. One-on-one fast break. 1:11 left in the first half of basketball. Jackson misses.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Lillard misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. And here's Anthony for 3. Not going to go that time. George with the defensive effort.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
And yes, it's good. Batum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And that's now 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Pass to Jones. Over to the wing. Here is Lillard. Drops in the layup for 2. Lillard's got 10.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 10 points and 1 assist.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Trent in a 2-guard.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Kanter, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for Enes Kanter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here's Leonard from 3. Trailblazers leading by 9. Jumps up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's Trent. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Batum.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Second shot opportunity, and there's Lillard on the assist from Covington. Covington's got 5 assists tonight.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Covington dishes to Cantor. Lillard left side. Covington passes to Jones. That 3 off the mark. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Outside Covington. Over to the left wing. Lillard outside. And that one is good.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense.
Oh, wow!
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to Covington. To the wing on the left. Here's Trent, and he could not get that one to go. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Leonard with no one around. Misses the 3.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Trent gets the bucket. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Kennard kicks to Morris. Back to Kennard. Morris outside. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Anthony controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Anthony's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The kick out to Williams. And Leonard has it in the corner. Poked away and stolen by Hood. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Trent. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To stop the run, here's Zubats. A 3 from Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter. And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Stolen by Cantor. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Pass to Simons. And here's Anthony for three. Offensive rebound. Hood for three. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
That might be a soul-crushing basket. What a shot to carry them into the fourth quarter.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Lou Williams out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the power forward position.
Great pass by Lou. He's such a good scorer. That allows him to draw the defensive attention away from his teammates.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Anthony against Leonard. The pass to Trent. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a three. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Simons, the pass to Hood. And the rejection by Zubac. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach gets to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Here's Simons. And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard inside, covered by Anthony. To the paint. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Beverley up top, covered by Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Damian Lillard. Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis. Yep. You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you are involved in more facets of the game.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And George, here we go. Right wing. Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. And it's blocked. And now Portland on the break. All going up court. And that one's good. Lillard.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
It's George on the wing. Leonard against Jones. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 1:12 left to play here in the fourth.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Or is he actually insane enough to think that he might be able to make that? Either way, we might see him sitting by himself for a while.
There's 57 seconds left in the game. Lillard, the pass to Trent. They double him with George. Three-pointer, Lillard. Kicks it out to Covington. Takes a three. Right side, Jones. Pass to Trent. 6 to shoot. Kept alive. It's Covington on the wing. Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by Lillard. And here's Los Angeles. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Beverly finds Ibaka. Now here's Beverly. He's covered closely. George, that's a two-pointer. And the shot is long. So the Trailblazers win it. They came in here and took care of business like they...
1995, 1996, or 1997? Chris, I know you know the answer to this because it was the same.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron James is out there with Matthews. And it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope passes to Kuzma. A 3-ball. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Leonard attacking, and there it is for him. Well, we all know, Clark, the travel in the NBA is just exhausting. It's just incredible how many miles these teams rack up.
Kevin, I tell you, some of the old-timers would say, hey, they travel in charter planes today and five-star hotels. They haven't seen anything as far as rough travel. But you're right, it takes a toll. But players are well accustomed to navigating the cadence and rhythm of traveling and still being ready to play.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The finish, and finished off by LeBron.
Boy, you've got to be careful around LeBron and mindful of his presence now. He's very opportunistic defensively, and with that size, speed, and anticipation, he can pick your pocket.
A shot by Batum, no good.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Matthews passes to Caldwell Pope. Beyond the arc. That one doesn't drop.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor, and he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility, and offense is tertiary to his contributions.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum, and it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And Ibaka kicks to Zubac. No good that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Caldwell Pope.
Hey, it's not easy trying to stick with Caldwell Pope now, especially when he leaks out in transition.
Clippers moving the ball around. Williams for 3. George passes to Ibaka. Back to George. Lets the 3 fly. A rebound by the Lakers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. No good with the triple.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Zubac. Here's Leonard to end the cold streak. Back to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
The shot's good from Gasol.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. Now here's LeBron. He's coming off a 31-point game against Washington.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Here's Jackson following the basket by LeBron James. Leonard, no luck.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
The kick out to Williams. Three-pointer. Trains the three-pointer.
I don't know if anybody has a more relaxed shooting motion. Williams very efficient and easy with that stroke.
James the pass to Harrell. And it's good for 2.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And that one, good.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Down low, Williams with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. And the rejection by Harrell. James in the post.
Oh, I tell you, LeBron is so active and aggressive and so strong. I love watching him go after rebounds like this.
Jackson from long range. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the 3. Here's Morris following the basket by LeBron James. Here's Zubac. And that one is off. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Morris, no good. Lakers leading by 7. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. Here's Kennard. Rebounded by the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Here's Batum. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Boy, that's big-time concentration from Batum. Able to battle his way through contact and still get the finish.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Now Matthews following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Matthews dishes to Harrell. The rebound by Ibaka. Clippers trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's Beverley missing. The Lakers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Jacks up a 3. They get it again. Harrell on the follow. Harrell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Savvy move to pull up from three-point range on the break there. When you can shoot it like he can, if you've got it, take it.
A shot by Batum, no good. Lakers leading by 10. Harrell kicks to Matthews. Here's Caruso. And the 3 off target.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And, you know, Beverley has great speed. Snake-like in how he slips through the defense on the drive.
And the Lakers have possession after the Clippers pick up 2. Pass to Caruso. Lakers working the ball around now. And here's Matthews from the arc. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kennard, the shot from the low post is good. 41 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Harrell with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Lakers in the lead. James way outside, and the Lakers with another miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Lakers leading by 6. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And, you know, you come to expect this type of play from LeBron. I mean, he's relentless when he's in attack mode.
On the wing, Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George. Williams has got 6. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 8 rebounds.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by James.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Matthews out there with LeBron James. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3, the small forward. The shot's good from Gasol.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Beverly against Kuzma. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Beverly. Here's LeBron. Another shot outside for Caldwell Pope. Inside, Gasol passes to James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Here's George. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. George has got his second bucket.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's James. Here's Gasol. And Matthews kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pass to James. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Kawhi Leonard. And it's James missing.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold, this boy. Man.
So impressive. The fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Nicholas Batum. And then for the Lakers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Matthews. And it's Alex Caruso in for LeBron. And the pass to Caruso. Here's Harrell. Caldwell Pope against Williams. He kicks it to George. Good. The nice assist for Williams. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Right side Gasol. Passes it to Harrell. Kuzma with it. Shot to stop the run. Gasol. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Now, here's Gasol. 6 points for him. Count that one. Gasol's got 6 here in this quarter. 1:52 left to play here in the third. Pass to Leonard. Throws it up high. And so it's the Lakers with it, trailing by 5. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
And Kuzma gets it to go on the assist by Harrell. Kuzma's got his first 2 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
To the inside, Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Stolen by George. Williams attacking, and he lays it straight in. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And whatever it was at halftime worked because their offense far more effective here in the second. They finally found some sets that are working for them.
Now here's Zubats. Leonard the pass to Zubats. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Beverly. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside Williams. Here's Zubats. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
A different look for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Alex Caruso.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
And, you know, this is where James is most dangerous, attacking and looking to tear into that defense.
Outside, George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The wide open look here for Kuzma. No good on the 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Ibaka, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Batum in at the 4 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Clippers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Back to George. Gasol with the steal. And now the fast break, LeBron with the ball. Got a piece of it.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum's really an asset in blocking shots.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
in textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
Lou Williams is checked in for Jackson. The Lakers also with a sub. Kaycox checked in. And George kicks to Ibaka. Wesley Matthews on the wing. James, the pass to Matthews. And they call the foul, so he's got the one chance here to make it a three-point play.
One shot.
Weight room muscle on display there. James, even when he gets hit, he can still score.
And James no good on that one. Clippers leading by 10. The three from George. Rebounded by the Lakers. Horton Tucker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the dunk by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
George passes to Morris. And Ibaka kicks to Morris. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Great D that time from Batum.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line. And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop it.
Leonard with no one around. And the Clippers miss again. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Horton Tucker. And foul on the... And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the shot goes down. LeBron's got 16 points here in the second half.
There is no doubt about who they were going to on that one. Of course not. LeBron coming through.
And here's Leonard from 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight. To the paint. It's stolen by Ibaka. To the middle. Here's Morris. And James pulls it down. James has got 11 rebounds in the game. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Marcus Morris. Clippers leading by 7. Launches a 3. It's not going to go for him. And the Lakers going the other way now. Goes up. And LeBron throws it down hard.
LeBron James is clutch. Not the first time he's done that, nor will it be the last.
Clippers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Leonard with the bucket.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. Batum passes to Leonard. Fires from deep. Hits that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
LeBron dishes to Caldwell Pope. And a miss there on the triple. So it's the Clippers now. It's a 10-point game. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
But they recover it. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
From deep. It's off. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.